The year I turned 80, the Emperor suddenly called for me. I mean, these old bones? I wasn't sure I could pull it off, and honestly, the Emperor wasn't looking too promising either. Could a 77-year-old man even manage? The maids around me were more nervous than I was, stuffing ginseng slices into my mouth one after another, terrified I'd drop dead halfway through the night. I sat there chewing ginseng, thinking back to the days when I was the most favored consort in the entire palace, until one night just like that, I fell out of favor. It had been so long I'd completely forgotten how any of this was even supposed to go. I frantically dug out a red dress I used to love wearing when I was young, shook the dust off of it, hadn't even finished getting ready, and the Emperor had already arrived. This man was in his 70s and still walked faster than me, 50 years apart. The Emperor's hair had gone completely silver, but he didn't look frail at all. Still tall, still stood straight, still had that unmistakable imperial presence. We sat there facing each other, just staring. 50 years, no contact. Neither of us knew where to even begin. So I was the one who finally broke 50 years of silence. Your Majesty, have you eaten? Those bright, clear eyes he'd had as a young man. They still shone just as intensely now. You haven't changed one bit, my consort. Still so young and beautiful. Unlike me, look how old I've gotten. The man really knew how to lay it on thick, calling an 80-year-old woman young and beautiful. Do you know why I haven't come to see you in 50 years? I thought back carefully. 50 years ago, I was the most favored woman in the entire imperial harem. The Emperor came to me every single night. One morning I slept in, he was rushing to morning court, noticed a hole in the front of his robe, so I sewed it up real quick, and accidentally left the needle inside the fabric. It poked right through his skin. And just like that, I was out of favor. Completely. For 50 years. At first I fought hard to win him back. Knelt outside his chambers begging forgiveness. Copied sutras 10,000 times, listing every one of my faults. In the dead of winter, I put on his favorite red dress and danced in the snow. None of it worked. He never looked my way again. After fighting for a while, I just gave up. And that giving up lasted 50 years. 50 years of being completely invisible. No favor, no visits. The once lively Mayman Palace slowly went quiet. Dust settled over everything. The jade floors lost their shine, and I slowly faded too. Beauty gone, youth gone. The strange thing was, for all 50 years, the Emperor never stripped me of my rank. On paper, I was still the imperial noble consort, second only to the Empress. I didn't think it was out of old feelings. He'd probably just forgotten. Completely forgotten I existed. That night, we lay side by side, a careful gap between us. After a while, the Emperor reached over and took my hand, then slowly pulled me into his arms. And then, nothing. That was it. The Emperor fell asleep. I guess when you get old, you just don't have the energy anymore. Not like back in the day, going from sundown to sunrise without stopping for a break. My love! He mumbled it in his sleep, a name he hadn't called me in so long. Ever since he became Emperor and I became his consort, he never called me my love again. And I never called him my husband again either. We had once sworn our lives to each other, talked about spending every lifetime together as one. And then it became 3,000 women in the harem. I was just one of 3,000 competing for a sliver of his attention, and eventually I lost even that. Now we're both old. None of that old stuff seems worth holding on to anymore. Not long after the Emperor dozed off, I felt it too, eyelids getting heavy, and then I was dreaming.
In the dream, I was back at our wedding night. That was so long ago, about 70 years back.
I was 10 that year. He was 7. I wasn't a consort yet. He wasn't an emperor yet. The Emperor, I literally dug him out of a mass grave. I'd been a stray kid my whole life. No parents, nothing. Survived by begging, stealing whatever I could, raising myself. One day I heard that the mass grave outside the city had a fresh batch of bodies. So I waited until the dead of night and snuck over to search the bodies for valuables. Lucky day, struck gold, found a gold token on one of the kids, shoved it into my chest and got ready to bounce. I was about to walk away when the kid suddenly came back to life, grabbed my ankle and said, "Don't you dare take my stuff." In the middle of the night, a dead boy chased me from the north end of the city to the south end and cornered me in a dead-end alley. The boy roughed me up, searched me head to toe, never found his gold token, and then I just refused to let it go. "You beat me up. You ruined my reputation. How am I supposed to show my face after this?" The boy didn't know what to do with me. We were both just standing there in awkward silence. He let out a sigh and crouched down in front of me. "Then how about this, when we're both grown up, you become my consort?" I had no idea at the time that consort meant the Emperor's woman. So right there, in that dark, dirty, cramped little alley, we told each other our names. His, Chu Tian. Mine, Yun Shu. After that, I brought him home with me, a little straw shack in the commoner's lane on the south side of the city. The shack was too small for 2 people. We barely fit. Had to press right up against each other just to lie down. After that, Chu Tian stopped asking for the gold token back. He told me to hold on to it, said it would come in handy one day. I low-key wanted to sneak off and sell it, but I was scared he'd actually kill me. So I let it go for the time being. An extra person meant an extra mouth to feed. We had to hustle harder, begging, scamming, doing whatever it took just to keep ourselves alive. At first, Chu Tian refused to get his hands dirty with me, but hunger has a way of changing people. Eventually, he caved and joined the operation. With Chu Tian's actual martial arts skills backing me up, we were pulling in a haul every single day. Swiped a chicken one day, roasted it, caught a rabbit the next, made a stew, stole a couple old clothes the day after. Life was honestly getting pretty good. We were eating well, growing fast. In less than 3 years, Chu Tian had nearly caught up to my height. The little straw shack was starting to feel really cramped. We need to find a bigger place. That's gonna be tough. Rent in the capital is insane. Leave it to me, I've got something big planned. Don't push it. If things get desperate, we still have your gold token. Don't you ever come at me about that token again? Are we clear? Crystal clear. That night, Chu Tian came back super late, dangling this big, perfectly round pearl right in front of my face. Night luminescent pearl, worth a fortune. Lifted it straight from the Grand Preceptor's mansion. Pretty impressive, right? Okay, I'll give you that one. That was kind of impressive. After that, we upgraded to a bigger place, a thatched cottage. Chu Tian said that Pearl could have bought us something way nicer, but since it was stolen goods, we had to keep a low profile. Save the rest. Spend it slowly. Honestly, I was already completely happy with the cottage. As the days kept passing, Chu Tian kept growing. His voice dropped. A thin layer of stubble appeared at the corners of his mouth. The boyishness faded from his face, and his eyes slowly grew deeper. That year, on the 8th of April, my 20th birthday, Chu Tian came home with a jar of good liquor from who knows where and a couple tails of beef. We lit the candles, sipped the liquor, tore into the beef. Honestly, felt like we were living the dream. And then we got drunk.